The next topic 1.5, is around security principles involved in various platforms and operating systems. So it could be to do with a server, it could be to do with a tablet, a mobile phone, or a simple laptop or desktop. So the topics are authentication and authorization, password and account security, users and groups, encryption, policy enforcement, permissions and rights, auditing, security tools, antivirus versus anti-malware, software firewalls and device hardening. So again, it's going to be scenario based, and you're going to have to position the answer into a scenario so that it's going to be a best fit answer. So again, make sure you're reading the question. So if we're looking at software firewalls are installed on individual computers. So this can be installed through group policy. It can be installed directly on that device. So it may be a case of what settings are required for a certain device location or a certain user group. So they're designed to protect against malware, and they've since been updated with application firewalls. So an application firewall determines what data comes in and out of an application, so a singular application. Going on to auditing. So auditing, sort of by definition, is an inspection or examination of a process or quality system. It can apply to an entire organization or a specific function or process or step within an organization. So for me, regularly used to audit hardware production. So is that team using anti-static wristbands? Are they using the correct manufacturer for memory, for CPUs, etc., that is going into that machine? So it's again seeing what step is at each. What you're auditing each step at every level of production or of a process. Then antivirus versus anti-malware. So it's key that you understand the difference between these two. So antivirus software is general purpose protection for a device. It's guarded against pre-existing exploits or viruses, whereas anti-malware is more specific. It's a specific layer of defense that fights against ransomware or Trojans. Okay, so it's a key difference there between the two. So remember, antivirus is general, whereas anti-malware is specific. Okay, device hardening is just simply the process of reducing vulnerabilities in your device. So hardening a tablet or a phone could be something as simple as a pin lock, facial recognition, etc. Or it could be something on a PC, such as installing security updates or a BIOS update, for example. So it's anything that forms a layer of protection against being exploited against hackers. Okay, so policy enforcement reevaluates accounts to determine whether they violate provisioning policies. So sort of actions are mark, suspend, correct, alert, or use global enforcement action. Okay, so marking flags the disallowed account or an account that has non-compliant attribute value. Suspend deactivates the disallowed account. Correct replaces a non-compliant attribute with a corrective attribute. An alert notifies the user about a disallowed account or value. So it's just key that you can put these into a scenario base. Which do you feel is the best policy enforcement action for a certain scenario? If it's about a user logging onto a website they shouldn't be on a network, then that could be potentially an alerts prompted, so an alert's given to them, so that they know that they're in the wrong area. Okay, users and groups. Sort of a key thing to understand here is that a group is a collection of users with an inherited set of permissions. So that particular group of users has the same set of permissions, so the same access level or the same rights to certain files.